Good morning, I'm Jawan Strader, now on Voices.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats, they're eating the pets of the people that live there.
Using these kind of accusations for political gain, this is completely irresponsible.
The man who want to lead this country doubling down on a lie.
I hear you saying that they're baseless, but I'm not repeating them because I invented them out of thin air. I'm repeating them because my constituents are saying these things are happening.
I don't know what constituents said so, because what we're seeing in Springfield right now is an awful lot of members of the white community showing up to Haitian restaurants to support, showing up and helping to protect their neighbors.
Driven by an agenda that may be putting people and places at risk.
And those statements are then having the chaotic impact and wreaking havoc throughout the community. 33 bomb threats, schools, colleges, and City Hall evacuated.
It's important for people to understand this is starting with the Haitian and who is going to be next.
The fact is, and I'll say it now, you have to get them the hell out.
Instead of a divide, they're supposed to help us all come together.
The truth about cats, dogs, and Haitian migrants. The men who want to be president and vice president falsely disparaging an immigrant community with a bigoted trope that's sending shock waves across the country weeks before the general election. I'm joined this morning by well-respected members of our Haitian community eager to weigh in and put the lies to rest. You may recognize some of them. Dr. Rudy Moise is the founder of Comprehensive Health Center in North Miami. He's also an attorney, activist, and philanthropist, and many more titles as well. Also, Gypsy Metellus is an activist and the executive director of the Haitian Neighborhood Center, Satla. And Evan St. Fort is the CEO of St. Fort's Funeral Home. Thank you all for joining me on Voices this morning. A very important conversation we're going to have that I want to get down to. So let's begin. I want to begin with each of you weighing in on the false claims made first by Senator J.D. Vance about Haitian migrants in the state that he represents, Ohio. Then former President Donald Trump co-signed the claim over and over again and over again. I want to hear your thoughts, Dr. Moise.
First of all, thank you for inviting us to highlight such a big issue. This is really affecting our community in a very, very strong way. As a proud Haitian American, when I first heard that, I was extremely upset, disappointed, and these accusations are baseless, dangerous, offensive, and threaten to the life of our Haitian community. So
did it shock you?
Oh, absolutely, man. You know, this reminds me, I don't know if you were around, but 1983, when the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, had put the Haitian name, the H, as for H of AIDS.
Wow.
And that was extremely painful because Haitians were losing their job, people, violence, and even committed suicide. Just because of AIDS, they were focusing on the race instead of the behavior. As you know, drug abusers, like heroin abusers, okay, are hemophiliac because they receive blood transfusion, and sometimes the blood is tainted with the virus. And then homosexuals because of the multiple partners. But H for Haiti, for Haitians, oh, come on, man. Wow. So I remember putting my white coat on and go to the in front of the CDC and demonstrate and so on. And a lot of people showed up, and then New York did the same thing. And finally, they removed the age from the list. So now we're dealing with a similar situation now.
Gypsy, I want to hear from you because you say your office has been impacted by this as well. Your thoughts when you first heard this?
Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning,
everyone. So my first thoughts were, is this weird? Is this ridiculous? Could this be true? Could American presidential candidates be uttering such nonsense? I couldn't believe it to be true because of where we were. But then, Rudy just explained, yes, flashbacks to the CDC's 4-H's kind of thing, and then other similar stories. But, immediately I thought, okay, this is a deflection. This is about a pair of candidates who don't have an agenda that addresses the real issues, real problems, real challenges that we are facing as a country, that the world is facing. And so rather than rolling up their sleeves and articulating sound solutions, it's easier to deflect and blame Haitians, refer to Haitians as the worst of the worst. I don't even want to repeat this nonsense, but again, it's about the fact that immigration is an issue that's sensitive for everybody in this country. We got a couple of phone calls at the office. Yeah, your cat eaters, go back home.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
So it's not Springfield. There are no bomb threats. There are no KKK or neo-Nazi groups threatening us, but who knows? Right? So this kind of rhetoric has real consequences.
And speaking of real, Evan St. Fort, who happens to be a friend of mine as well that I know, CEO, you actually came to me as like, Jawan, are you doing anything about this? I want to be a part of this conversation. So when you heard this nonsense, your thoughts?
It struck a chord with me. And I remember when I was growing up in Miami, this is a sad story. When I would tell people when I was in middle school and high school that I was Haitian, just like Dr. Moise referred, people would pick on me. They would say HBO, Haitian body odor. They would call me all sorts of names, that you guys are like monkeys and you guys live in the jungle, and the AIDS conversations. And so when I was growing up, I was actually at one point embarrassed to tell people that I was Haitian. I actually started telling people that I was French instead because I was just so embarrassed. And it wasn't up until, as I was growing up, Wyclef Jean kind of became popular, and I noticed that everywhere he would go, he would wave the Haitian flag. Yeah. And it was up until that moment I said, you know what, I'm gonna stand for where my family is from. And then I just kind of said, I'm proud of being Haitian. And since then, that's always been my stance. And I have young kids, right? I don't want my kids to be hearing this nonsense from politicians. These are individuals that are supposed to be leaders. And I don't want my children to be like, Dad, why are they picking on us? So like I said, when I was growing up, it hurt me. And so that's why, like, now, I'm not standing for it. I'm not standing for it. This is just nonsense for leaders to be talking about our community in such a shameful way.
It's good to have you on.
Thank you.
And also the rumor apparently began where so many rumors do, right? Online. And it has since been debunked by both the people who started it and authorities in Springfield. So here's what Senator Vance told our Kristen Welker on a recent episode of Meet the Press. Take a look.
I hear you saying that they're baseless, but I'm not repeating them because I invented them out of thin air. I'm repeating them because my constituents are saying these things are happening.
But there's no evidence.
All right, your thoughts, Gypsy?
I don't know what constituents said so, because what we're seeing in Springfield right now is an awful lot of members of the white community showing up to Haitian restaurants to support, showing up and helping to protect their neighbors, making sure that their neighbors are safe, speaking out and saying, yes, these people are legal immigrants who were invited to Ohio because of job opportunities. They're good workers, they're relentless workers, they're great neighbors, they value many of the same things that we value, and so we're seeing Vance's constituents tell a different story from what he's claiming that they're saying.
And I want to reiterate the estimated 15,000 Haitian migrants who are in Springfield are there legally. So here's what Ohio's Republican governor had to say about the situation.
They came to Springfield to work. Ohio is on the move, and Springfield has really made a great resurgence with a lot of companies coming in. These Haitians came in to work for these companies. What the companies tell us is that they are very good workers. They're very happy to have them there. And frankly, that's helped the economy.
While the Haitian migrants are doing their part to energize the Springfield economy, trolls may be doing the same, lining their pockets with the lie, hoping to go viral by generating clickbait with memes and other videos mocking the false claims. Does that surprise any of you, Evans?
You know, it's just crazy. You know, I was thinking before you said that, Jawan, there are so many different individuals in our community now, especially the Haitian community, that are doing great things, right? And they're in political roles, they're in government roles, business individuals, nonprofit organizations. We're doing so much to contribute to this government and to the American dream that I think we all deserve a fair shot.
Our conversation is just getting started. After the break, you'll hear what the panel wants to see happen to the Republican presidential and vice presidential candidates. Our discussion continues now about the hurt and harm the Republican presidential and vice presidential candidates are bringing on the Haitian people by refusing to recant what they both know are racist lies. Attorneys for the Haitian Bridge Alliance in Clark County, Ohio, has filed criminal charges against Mr. Trump and Senator Vance for knowingly making the false statements. Let's listen.
The decision was made to file these charges because the prosecutor hadn't acted to protect the community and to vindicate the rights of the community in this matter. The First Amendment is not boundless. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. You can't disrupt public services. And while Trump and Vance might protest, hey, they're not the ones making the bomb threats, they know the power of their words.
Now it's up to the prosecutor's office to decide next steps, which could include arrest warrants for both candidates. Do you believe charges are warranted for spreading these false accusations?
First of all, how many accusations, how many President Trump have had so many criminal activities, and then for every single one of them, it just like the guy is, you know, nothing is happening.
The clock has to run out at some point.
So I think that even I hope that this comes to something, but even if it is, then what's next? You see what I'm saying? So, and I'm glad that this action is being taken to give me lessons. Look, don't mess with us. We're not going to take this and swallow it, but we're going to take some action against it.
Your thoughts?
I think it was a great action to take. You know, I think a precedent has to be set, a lesson has to be learned here across the board, especially in the political world. And no matter what happens, no matter what comes of this action, I think the point is that this lawsuit stands for all of us. It stands to vindicate the Haitian community, along with people throughout the world who are saying this is ridiculous. This has been proven untruth. This has been debunked. Why are they repeating such atrocities? And so, yeah, I mean, if I could bring a suit, I would too.
Recently, I had conservative legal consultant Levi Williams on the show to talk about if Florida is in play in the race for the White House. He is Jamaican, and I asked him about the false claim about the Haitian migrants. Here's his response. Let's talk about the debate now, because many people have already seen the debate. You saw the debate as well. Former President Trump spreading the, of course, the unfounded, untrue claim that immigrants in Ohio are stealing pets and eating them. And his running mate, Ohio, Senator J.D. Vance, got the ball rolling with the social media post in the video that circulated the day before by saying that specifically targeting, though, Haitian immigrants. As someone from the Caribbean, how did that hit you when you heard that?
Well, in Jamaica and throughout the Caribbean, I don't believe we eat dogs or cat. We'll eat your goat. We'll eat that every day. Okay. We'll eat your chicken. Right. We'll eat that every day. We'll eat your cow. Mm-hmm. But Trump is somebody you take the way he is. I really don't care. What I do care about are the policies that he comes up with, the form of implementation that he comes up with.
And that may be the perspective of most Trump supporters out there. We aren't interested in what he says. We are interested in what he does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They don't take him seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well, Trump is Trump, and this is really, when you have the strength of the United States, this is his diversity. When you have somebody like Trump who are using his power to divide and cause fear, this is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. This is unacceptable.
Evans?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. The goal is to bring together, not to separate. You know, there's so many bigger things that we could be focusing on, and why focus on picking on people?
That's right.
You know?
Gypsy?
We should not be normalizing Trump's behavior, his rhetoric, or that of J.D. Vance. This is the United States of America. We are a beacon of hope. We are a light. We are, you know, a role model to the world, an example to the world. And so our political discourse needs to have some meat, needs to be respectful, needs to be serious, because again, the issues that face us as a nation are serious issues. Issues facing the world are serious. We do not need people who are going to invent a trope because something sounded good to them and run with it and believe it.
And what would all of you like to see happen to the former president, his running mate, and all those involved in demeaning the Haitian people with the lies and vitriol?
You really want to know?
I want to know. I want to know.
Over between 300 and 400,000.
Closer to 5.
Close to 5. Okay, registered Haitian American voters. Okay, now this has made them really upset, and I think that we're trying to push them to go to the polls in November, and then I tell you, and then just vote for the right person who recommending, you know, for us to get together, diversity is also that everybody, regardless of the background, can thrive in this country, and not on fear and not on division. So that's what we're all pushing, to have as many Haitians as possible to go to the vote and vote in November.
Evans?
I agree. I think at this moment it's about keeping the community together, and you've seen what he said, and so I believe that, just like Dr. Moe says, we just have to make sure we choose the right candidate for us. And it unfortunately kind of seems like, you know, they're making it obvious who we should go for, but we should come together and all vote when it's time to vote.
And then Gypsy, I'm going to leave you with the final word.
We're going to ensure that our community is registered to vote. It's not too late until the next week, that they understand the issues, they understand what is at stake here, that we keep our eyes on the prize. And I'm going to just say it, keep this man out of the Oval Office.
I'll leave it right there. You heard it from Gypsy. You heard it from Gypsy. Gypsy, Evans, Dr. Moise, thank you. Thank you all. I really appreciate you and your insight.
We appreciate you too.
You got it.
Thank you.